right. Hey guys, welcome to my session. I am Bryttney Blanken and I'm pumped that you're here. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can just jump right into it. All right, so today I am going to be going over the dashboard that I've created to help me prioritize my time, all powered by AI. And I'm really excited to share that with you guys today. So before I begin, put in a one in the chat if you feel like you are literally Ross Geller almost every day, right? You feel like you're constantly pivoting, you're constantly reprioritizing your day because things just keep coming in sideways. Things have to get done, things have to be optimized, and it just feels like there's not enough time in the day. I can definitely relate. I'm Bryttney Blanken, and I've been in demand gen in the B2B marketing space for over 10 years, and I feel this to my core. And the biggest thing that I've noticed is a lot of us are constantly trying to boil the ocean, trying to launch more campaigns, use more channels, make more copy updates, right? More copy tweaks. And we're just trying to do more and more and more. But in reality, what we really should be doing is doing less better. And so that's really where this presentation has really come to life. And that's really why I've created this demand gen dashboard to really help us focus on the things that actually matter to drive the most impact. So in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to walk through my demand gen dashboard, and you're going to take away three major things. Number one, you're going to figure out how to use the dashboard to prioritize your fire drills so we're not burning out. Number two, we're going to also help you create more predictability in your funnel in real time. And number three, you're going to walk away and get 4 AI prompts to help you forecast and visualize trends from this data in light speed. It's going to save you a ton of time. There's going to be Q&A at the end, and then you can also scan the QR code in the bottom right to get the dashboard anytime you please. So let's get into it. So the first thing about the dashboard is the biggest thing is you're going to have to be able to map your revenue model before you start using it. And so I'm not going to go over how to map a revenue model. There's actually amazing resources that Metadata and Infinigro have already put out there. So definitely check those out. I'll put them in the chat below as well. But you're going to first need to map your revenue model. So what are those key metrics and goals that you're trying to go after? How much pipeline, how many ops, how many MQLs are you trying to do? And then come back to the dashboard. Once you jump into the dashboard, this is the lay of the land, and these are the key things to take away. Number one, it's fully customizable, and it's going to give you a nice visual aid that helps reflect your funnel and the key areas to focus on when you're trying to do all your optimizations, right? And it's formatted right now in a classic B2B style, going from lead to MQL, SQL opportunity, pipeline revenue. But if you have other custom metrics like PQLs, if you're having a more PLG motion, again, it's fully customizable and you can put that into the dashboard as you see fit. So now that you've customized your dashboard, it's the KPIs are segmented into 2 main buckets. The first bucket is the target metrics and conversion rates. This is where, again, you're going to map all of those major targets from lead to opportunities, and then the conversion rates between each stage of your funnel. And then the last section is really around efficiency metrics. So that's anything tied to a budget. And that's really good to keep a pulse on so that you know your cost per lead, your cost per opportunity, so on and so forth, because efficiency definitely matters when it comes to optimizing your funnel. So once all of that is done, you're going to be using this dashboard on a weekly basis. I recommend filling out the actuals every Monday if you have the time, and also updating the number of days in the quarter that you're in. So for instance, we're 77 days in the quarter, you can plug that in. And once all those things are plugged in, everything will automatically update. And that's where the magic will happen. The key columns that are going to update automatically is going to be the should have and the percent pacing column. And these columns will really show you how your performance is tracking to the exact day in the quarter or month. No more gut, like trying to figure out the gut, using your gut. No more, oh, well, we'll figure out where we're going at the end of the month. You're going to see it in real time using this dashboard. And so let me walk you through how these calculations are made so you know what's going on. So jumping into the template or dashboard, let's take leads, for instance. On your revenue model, you've got you've planned for 593 total leads for the quarter. And in the actual, you just put in that you're at 570. The should have basically showcases where you should be if you're at 100% pacing. So it just basically takes your planned metric divided by the total number of days in the quarter and then multiplies all of that by the actual day in the quarter you're actually in. So, and that's day 77. So if you were on pace, you would be at 513, but you're actually over that. And so that's where the percent pacing comes in nicely because it really shows you on a visual scale from 1 to 100, hey, you're at 111%. So you're actually 11% over pacing and it's green. So that's one of my favorite things about this. And then as you can see, once you update everything, it's going to update again in real time. So it also uses conditional formatting. So anything in green is good. Anything in red or yellow, keep an eye on or start optimizing. You can also apply all of that to the monthly side of it as well. All right, so now that you have the data, you know the lay of the land, you're inserting all of this. Now comes the fun part, which is the AI stuff. This is where you're going to take this dashboard to the next level and use AI as your personal data scientist. It sounds corny, but it's true. So the first two AI prompts will help you fill out the priority and next step column that I have in the dashboard, and this will show you what to prioritize and optimize first to drive the biggest impact. So let's jump into it here. So going into the dashboard, you can see the AI prompts on another sheet, and here are the two right here. I definitely recommend using ChatGPT 4 for all of these, but you can probably get away with the ChatGPT 3.5 model for these first two. And so I just explain the models, what the goal of the prompt is. And so we're going to copy this prompt, and then we're also going to copy this entire this table right here from metric all the way to the percent pacing. And then literally you're going to paste it in the chat GPT. Nothing crazy. You don't have to have any styling, none of it. And so this is what it should look like. And this is what the prompt says. I will give you a data set that shows my marketing funnel and how performance is pacing. Send me areas I need to optimize first to gain the most impact and close one revenue. Include recommended next steps. Okay, cool. And so this is what it does. And what I like about ChatGPT 4 is the code interpreter. And that's what I have the setting on right here. And what it does is it shows you its thought process and how it gets to its recommendations so that you feel a little bit more confident in the recommendations, right? So here's what the results come back with. It stack ranked the largest negative deviations from the plan. So it definitely noticed that our close one revenue was 59% pacing, which is 41% deviation from plan. And then it even shows the recommendation. So it said, okay, based on how you're pacing and what needs the most, I guess, love or effort, start focusing in on win rate, lead qualification rate, deal size, and meeting to op conversion rate, and then MQL to meeting conversion rate. That's pretty cool. So you can literally copy and paste this back into that dashboard to give you a really good sense of what do I need to prioritize and what do I need to start and how do I start? Because it gives you really good ideas and recommendations of where to start first. So let's take like lead qualification rate, for example. It says review the criteria for lead qualification, ensure that marketing and sales teams are aligned, A/B test different qualification criteria. If that doesn't really do it for you, because it doesn't really do it for me, you can even ask it to go further and say, hey, give me more recommendations on how to optimize the lead qualification percentage. And it does. And I really like some of these recommendations. And as a demand gen or growth marketer, feel free to use this as recommendations. And then again, use that to start moving forward so you're not in analysis paralysis. All right, so you can use that for filling in the efficiency and the target metrics. And onto the third and fourth prompt. These second bucket of AI prompts will show you how to forecast your data on specific optimizations you're going to make and provide visualizations for that as well, which is pretty cool. I definitely recommend using ChatGPT 4 for this. And so let's get into it. You're going to have your prompts here. I included a prompt that you can fill in. I went ahead and just did the legwork for us. I copied and I pasted the data. Biggest thing with the data paste here is only paste the planned and actual data because that's going to help give the model the forecast it needs. And so again, it takes you through its logic. How is it forecasting? How is it getting those forecasts? And then boom, it's going to give you a forecast. So if the model is true, that means you will end up at day 89 at 654 leads. You're almost at $8 million in pipeline. Pretty freaking cool. And on top of that, you will be able to visualize those too. So you can take where you're at, how you're pacing, if you do the optimizations, where you're going to end at, and you can pop it. It will automatically pop it into a bar chart for you, a pie chart. Honestly, the sky's the limit, folks. And if this doesn't save you time, I don't know what will. So that is pretty cool. Welcome to your mini data scientist right in your pocket. So now that you have your data set, your dashboard that automatically updates, and your AI prompts, we're going to pull it all together. Now you can highlight, you can walk away, and you're going to now be able to highlight your funnel risks and recommended next steps so that you can really take those without burning out and, being the raw scaler and always pivoting. You have a plan and you can focus on what really matters. You can prioritize those optimizations. And then biggest thing too is you're also going to be able to have the ability to forecast and visualize those trends in the data set fast. All right, well, that concludes my presentation for today. So if you haven't already, go ahead and scan that QR code to get the dashboard that I just went over and all the AI prompts. And if you have any questions, I'm in the chat. And you can also connect with me on LinkedIn or find me directly on my website at BrittneyBlanken.com. I'm happy to answer any of your questions and even give you some side tools that can help you even automate this entire process. Because my hope at the end of the day is that you stop pivoting like the Ross Gellers in the world and get back to doing what you do best as a demand gen marketer. Thanks so much.